I want to fuck Beyonce and Rihanna. We'll see which one of those things happen first.
Welcome back to one of the most uncertain times in MMA, at least this year, ladies and gentlemen. We're the Keyboard Warriors, presented by KSFPress.com. I'm Eddie Lost for Kirby on a Thursday night. Dude, it's like fucking. It was like dead silent for a little bit after Ariel Helwani reported that it was great positivity, and then suddenly yesterday a little bit, and today just fucking like someone just opened up the spot on that shit. So the latest right now, if you haven't seen that out of Mr. Helwani, that I probably should have posted Twitter, but out of Helwani's reporting is that it sounds like Conor and Michael Chandler are going to be, that fight's going to get pushed. So they are scrambling to fight in main event for this one. It's a weird thing with the whole $20 million gate, right? They're waiting a fuck ton of time. Allegedly, it's not on purpose, but my business mind, because ticket sales and all that. My business mind says, hold off as long as you can. Stop people from trying to get refunds and shit like that before they announce the main event. Obviously, they want to have a fight to announce before they announce that this fight's off. So your thoughts as to where we are now?
I mean, there's a lot. I just kind of wonder what the fuck is going on. Again, if he's hurt and we know that, what are we waiting for? To your point, business-wise, I suppose it makes a little bit of sense, but it also seems slightly fucking unethical to just keep people in the fucking limbo here, knowing that he's hurt and he's not going to fucking fight. Like, I don't know what they could possibly be waiting on. Of course, they're waiting to fucking announce a new main event, but here's the fucking bad news, boys and girls. It's Conor fucking McGregor. There is no suitable fucking replacement. Like, there's nothing they can really do that will make this any fucking better. Mm-hmm. Any other fight, and they can probably get away with it. But fucking losing Conor on a card like this is going to be devastating, no matter what. And they need to come out with it fucking soon, man. I mean, I really don't know what the fuck they're waiting on. If they now, where there's smoke, there's fire. It seems like at this point, Conor's not fucking fighting. Like it,
right?
Again, where there's smoke, there's fire. The fucking press conference got canceled. Now there's all this shit coming. It seems like he's probably not fighting. What the fuck are we waiting on, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about bringing. Oh, you got choppy as shit, bro. It's all about waiting. That's all right.
Do we got a lag? Am I lagging?
Yeah, a little bit. No big deal. No, but it's all about having like the fight.
A massive lag on my end. Is that what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, a little bit. Hey, do you want to jump off and jump back on? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So obviously the waiting part right now is having a main event, right? And so if you don't have a main event to announce, you don't want to come out and say this fight's off. It's not going to work, whatever. See if I can get this thing to work right. There we go. The main event being off, they don't want to just come out and say this fight's off and not have a replacement fight. There's no reason to do that. I mean, people already bought tickets, flights, hotels, and all that. A lot of that stuff is non-refundable, right? Hotels and shit like that. Now, obviously, if you guys ever looked at, when you go buy tickets to any event, especially like a fight and all that, there's a lot of comments, actually. We'll actually go through those right here. We'll wait for Red to get back. All right, real quick. What's up, Nick? Nick Devon got earlier today. Captain de Fucho, ¿cómo está? Tank 28, push it for 2 more years. No way. It's a ruse they're fighting. I hope so. I'd rather have them fight now than push it. I had thought about this at first too, but then I realized it would be a bad move. Conor doesn't usually pull out of fights. If he does, it's really uncharacteristic. It's supposed to deviation from his usual fight professionalism. Unless, of course, it's an injury he can't avoid, but generally he saw it. Right. And we've never seen Conor be out due to injury that I can't remember, right? And the last injury he had was pretty damn bad. So you can imagine an injury like that, a lot of guys don't come back from the same as before, but certainly not, the same, right? Like we've seen some people, like some careers have ended with leg breaks, stuff like that, especially where it was with him, like right by the ankle. So yeah. McGregor fight delayed. Right. It's getting pushed. Word is they're talking August or September. So if you're looking at August, let's see, September, maybe the Sphere card. August. I mean, August has 304 is in July. 305 will be August. Then I think that's Perth or 306. I can't remember, dude. There's so many freaking pay-per-views coming up. I got so many events in my brain. They got one championship coming back. PFL's going on right now as we're talking. Another PFL coming up soon. Like there's all kinds of events coming up that you know what I should do? I need to make a calendar and just post it on my wall here with all the shit. I have it on my phone, but I need to have like somewhere I can see it. Connor still wants Diego. Remember that, huh? Captain, my man, is that you, Joe? 306 will not be Noche theme starting happened a few days before the president got called off. Could that be because Connor? Oh, okay. So you're talking about 305 is Perth. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So 305 is Perth. 306. Yeah, 304 is UK. You're right. 305 is Perth. 306 is Vegas. Is that Sphere card? 307 that would push it to October. Yeah. What's up, Nick? I'm just waiting for Fred to get back. He had an internet issue. Anyway, but so 307 is rumored for either Abu Dhabi or Salt Lake City. So no worries. Let's see what's up with. Anyway, yeah, Fred's having internet issues, so you got me for a little bit. Connor at the Sphere, Mexican Independence Day, my favorite Irish way. Yeah, no, this makes sense. Okay, I think Joe, is it Joe? Is it someone else? Let me know. But if they started, and you're right, they stopped talking about Noche UFC or anything like that a few days ago. You're right, so that could be the Conor Mike card. You change that theme up and maybe do Noche UFC next year or whatever. With the co-main, you could do a co-main if you want of freaking Grasso Valentina, but we'll see. It's a whole. Oh, Joe, what's good, bro? Yeah. So what you're looking at here, and I put this it's a weird way to put it. This at the end of the day might end up being a blessing in a very fucked up disguise. All right. So if you're talking about you losing main event for 303. That gets pushed to 305. Let's say it's 305, 307, whatever, or 306, like you were saying. You can play around with. There he is. We good?
Fucking, I don't know. I fucking hope.
No, you're way better now. Yeah, you're way better now. You're good.
God.
All right. So, all right. So right now we're talking where they would push this fight to this McGregor-Chandler fight. Joe was talking about he's right. Just a few days ago, they stopped talking about 306 as the Mexican independence card, that Noche UFC. They haven't mentioned that phrase in a minute. And so we're wondering, maybe they push Conor-Chandler to that card, right? Main event, the Sphere, just have it be a regular pay-per-view. That's one way you could do it. 304 is in the UK, unlikely to happen unless maybe you switch those fights, right? Like you bring Aspinall and fucking Blades to 303 as a main event, which again, wow. But or you can move McGregor-Chandler to 304 if you want, or you could push 305 in Perth, 306, the Sphere card, or 307, which is rumored for either Abu Dhabi or Salt Lake City. It's one of those. I forget exactly where the rumor is for that one, but regardless, there's a lot. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things you could do with it. So I was saying that this might be like a blessing as really fucked up disguise, right? Now you could see what you could do with O'Malley and Rob. You can see what you do with all kinds of fights. You can move things around a little bit. So I don't know, man. Stipe Jones. You could push Stipe Jones to December. Move Chandler McGregor to the MSG card later this year, right? And you give John Jones a lot more time to heal up and be ready to go. So no, there's a lot of things you can do with it.
Yeah, it's still a bummer though, man. I mean, it almost. I mean, what is this? The second or third time it's gotten pushed back? Like it's almost. I mean, people are always going to be excited for Conor's return, but you keep doing this, dog. Like even as a fucking self-proclaimed Conor nut hugger, I'm fucking growing a little weary with this shit, man. Like, all right. See you in August, I fucking guess. Maybe, for fuck's sakes. I mean, honestly, I'm not, when motherfuckers used to be like, do you think Conor will ever fight again or blah, blah. I mean, fuck, I think you've asked me that on this show. I used to kind of be like, well, yeah, man, of course he'll fight him. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm changing my stance on that, but this shit is getting a little weird and old. And again, now I'm curious why. Is it the leg? Did it not heal properly? Is he fucking on coke? Or is it all a fucking rumor? Is he actually about to go to fucking, like, what the fuck is going on, really? And again, like I said before, I got fucking cut off my goddamn internet connection. What's the big fucking mystery? Why are they not telling? Why is it so fucking secretive? That's what I sort of don't understand. If he's hurt, then say it. And what else would it fucking be at this point? If it, like, surely he didn't fail a drug test or some shit.
No, if it would have failed a drug test, that shit would have been out fucking already. That would have been already put out because he gets suspended and all that. So so everyone's kind of guessing it's got to be an injury. The other theory is that he don't want to fight Michael Chandler. Not that he's afraid of him, but let's be honest, McGregor Chandler was never a sexy fight. You know what I mean? None of us were like, oh fuck yeah, see McGregor Chandler. None of us really wanted that. And maybe McGregor thought twice about it. It's like, I'd rather fight somebody else for a bigger bag. Look, McGregor's got limited time, dude. That leg break was fucked.
Right. And I mean, Chandler ain't the sexiest fight in the world, but it's a good one. It's a good fight for him. It's a fight that if he wins, it puts him right back into that discussion. Mm-hmm. It's a really tough fight by a guy we all have to admit is a tough outing at best. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's the fucking right fight, bro. If you fuck around and finagle your way into a third Diaz fight or something, again, this idea that fight is still huge is inaccurate. It's a big fight. Any fight that any fucking either of those two pricks is in is a big fight. But their third fight is not some. Now, look, if Nate Diaz knocks out Jorge and Conor actually gets a win over Mike Chandler, then maybe all of a sudden their fucking third fight is a big deal. But, as it stands right now, it's an okay fight, but it's not some. I wouldn't flush all this shit down the toilet with Michael Chandler to get the third fight with fucking Diaz. It ain't like that's fucking some huge fucking mega fight with Pacquiao or some shit like that.
No, you're right. You're right. Now this is interesting because I hadn't thought about this at all. I'm sure others have, and I don't know what the timetable is for this one. And I just said push this by December to give Jones a lot more time. Santiago says, "What's up, guys? Miocic versus Jones should save this card. Come on, Miocic, aren't you a firefighter? They're heavyweights, dude. It's not like they got to cut too much weight, or if at all. You know what I mean? It just depends on the health of Jones and Stipe.
The problem is, what's your definition of save this card?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so putting a fucking main event in that we will all sort of be like, yeah, I guess Jones versus Stipe would work for that. Man, none of us really want Jones versus Stipe. That's like you got a fucking date lined up with a bad fucking bitch that you're super excited to get a chance to fuck, right? Like we thought we was gonna get to fuck Conor and Chandler. And then all of a sudden, you throw in Stipe versus Jones. That's the old fat girl that used to suck the fucking soul out of your toes that's reliable. And she gives a mean fucking Hummer, but that's not exactly what the fuck we thought we was getting. Will it fucking do in a pinch? Of course. Of course. Everybody loves a good fucking Hummer from a fat girl once every time and time again. But what we were really looking for was a good piece of pussy. So, what the fuck? Will John Jones and Stipe do? I fucking guess. But we didn't really want that.
No.
To be fair, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, the problem is Conor's in a world of his own, man. Like, there's really nobody we can replace him with that fucking, again, thank God the fucking card is good, but I'd be fucking salty if I paid money to go to Vegas to see Conor fucking McGregor and all of a sudden like, whoopsie daisy, fucking 12 days out, whoopsie daisy. Here's fucking, who are the fuck? What are even the fucking suggestions? Let's just say, for the sake of argument in this podcast, the fight gets fucking canceled, postponed, whatever the fuck you want to say, right? It seemed that way anyway. So let's say it gets postponed. What the fuck are they going to do? What is the plan? Stipe versus fucking Jones? And let me tell you something right now. As much as I said that, you guys can fucking forget it. That fight ain't fucking happening. You know why? Because John Jones is the greatest fucking fighter that any of you fucking pansies have ever seen fight. And the cocksucker, like it or fucking love it, will not take a fight on 2 weeks' notice like that. That dude won't do it. That dude wouldn't fight fucking Chael Sonnen on 2 weeks' notice, and I'm pretty sure he knows for a fact he can beat the dog piss out of Chael Sonnen. And he still fucking was like, fuck that, I'm not fighting. Like, Jones is not going to do that. He ain't going to, and he don't fucking feel like he owes fucking the UFC that much. John's gonna be like, pound sand, Jack. I'm gonna fight Stipe when I'm scheduled to fight him, when I'm at my absolute best to keep my legacy intact. All due respect to the UFC, no fucking way. And I don't blame him. He's the elite of the elite. I wouldn't jeopardize my legacy. Sorry that Conor's leg hurts or is whatever the fuck's going on over there, but no fucking way. I ain't stepping up and fighting a month or two before I'm supposed to or whatever the fuck. Fuck that. And I think there's no way John will do that. So you can count that off your fucking list. So now what do we got? Who's fucking available to even actually do this now that we actually have to consider it as a real possibility?
If you move the fight, damn, because I don't know if either guy can make 205 on this short notice. Poatan and Yuri Prochazka. Like, that'd be a fight. I mean, if that's staying with the whole we need a belt on the fucking line model, right? If it's not Pereira against Prochazka, I mean, you could do Max Holloway against anybody with the BMF belt, and Max will do it. Max is a bad motherfucker. Max will be like, I'll do it at 170, brother, no big deal. I don't know.
Who does Max fight that gets us excited? Because I'll tell you right now, Pereira and fucking Prochazka too, again, that's like that fucking fat broad. It'll do in a pinch. It's better than fucking jerking off, you know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah. Well, so the co-main event is out, is reportedly out too. It's not super. Dana White has to say shit about it, but Jamal Hill and Carl-Ulberg allegedly is not happening. They're working on Diego Lopez against Brian Ortega again, reportedly. They're working on that as a co-main event, which honestly is a great fight, but it's not. Listen, it's better than the co-main event for this one. I'll say that much.
Let's be real fucking honest. Let's be real clear about what just happened here. This just became a fight night. All of a sudden, fucking Macy Chazon and fucking Myra Bueno Silva is your fucking main event for the goddamn event in fucking 14 days or whatever the fuck it is. This is fucking ridiculous. I mean, seriously, now I'm starting to get actually a little worried here. What the fuck are we going to do? Again, I will be shocked if John Jones steps up and takes one for the team. Because why the fuck would he? So, like, I don't think he would. And I don't think Stipe would. I think both of them are probably like, fuck you. Hell no. We're old men. We're going to fight when we're supposed to fight. This ain't and to be fair to them, that is a young man's job. That ain't for fucking 40 fucking year old men who are in the last part of their career to step up and, man, let them old cats do what they're supposed to do. One of you young bucks need to step up. Again, the problem is we're not just replacing anybody here. Look, Pereira versus Prochazka 2 would work. But again, as far as star power goes, at this point, I'm little more than a filthy casual. And I can tell you right now, as a filthy casual, like, what the fuck? If I thought we were going to get the return of Conor McGregor, and it's like, psych, but we'll give you Poatan fucking versus Prochazka 2. I mean, most of us are like, what the fuck is a Poatan? That fucking thing we ride?
Dude, so the funny thing is, the first thing people were asking about when this came out was, are they going to give refunds? And from my understanding, don't take my word for it, go check wherever you buy your tickets from. From my understanding, if you bought it from the actual ticket sales place, so like a Ticketmaster, like a direct ticket sales spot, like, I think they would give refunds. But if you did like a secondary market, like a whatever secondary market, StubHub type of deal, you might be fucked on that end. So hopefully you buy your tickets directly from Ticketmaster or from the UFC or whatever you do, because I haven't bought UFC tickets in forever. But I'm not confident y'all are getting fucking refunds, especially the ones that are like flying in from overseas, man. Like, Ireland shows up for this dude every time, you know what I mean? And it's just like hotels, fucking, flights. I don't know how that works with that. So
what is there any sort of fucking legal limit on how long they can draw this out? Like, at what point are they not legally obligated to tell you what we sold you is not what you're going to get, and we're going to pull the old switcheroo? I mean, goddamn, if I buy tickets to see the Rolling Stones at the last minute, 3 days before, you can't be like, psych, it's Queen of the Stone Age. I don't fucking like those cunts. Say you pick up Poatan. Say I don't like Brazilians. Hypothetically. Say I'm a fucking Irish prick that's coming in from Ireland, and I don't give a fuck about Poatan. I'm not a UFC fan. I'm a Conor McGregor fan, Jack. Like, yo, I don't give a fuck. Tell me something now so I can get my refund and not, what the fuck, come to another country. This is starting to get fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it is. It's ridiculous, right? So that brings me back to UFC 200. Remember when Jones popped hot for picograms or whatever, and they bumped DC down, like not even the co-main, like the fight under that, I think it was, and they brought in Anderson Silva on like hours notice to fight, or like a day's notice, right? So, and then they didn't give anyone a heads up on that, obviously, right? So it could be any time.
But see, so okay, here's my issue with that though. Right? Here's my issue, right?
Yeah.
Like John pops hot. To the best of my knowledge, they did it. It's like, what are we waiting on? If they fucking announce it, did Conor test pop hot? Did he get hurt? Like again, I just feel like
the reason
these 24, like if it comes out tomorrow or the next day, these little 48 fucking 70 fucking 2-hour intervals are fucking important. What in the fuck are y'all waiting on, man? Like the it's around the corner. Again, I'm just sort of curious, is there any sort of limit? Can they wait until 5 days before? I mean, I guess again, they want to try to sell as many pay-per-views as possible, so on and so forth. But what are the legalities? Can they wait until the last minute if they so choose? Is there a moment in time in which they're legally obligated to fucking shit or get off the pot, so to speak, here? Or can they just ride this out as long as they see fit business-wise?
I don't know. I feel like 303 is going to answer all kinds of questions like that one. We'll find out. Joe says it's Max of the BMF, easy call. Right. Again, depending on who, against who. Like, who would you want to see?
Well, right, but right. I mean, I can dig that, but who? Fuck. Who is there for him to actually fight, man? I
got an idea. Let's just fucking play matchmaker here. We're probably gonna miss out on all the other fucking shit. Not some of the shit we're gonna talk about, but fuck it. All right, so he's technically a featherweight, right? But the fight probably had to be like a 55, maybe something like that. So let's look at 55ers right now. Armin's supposed to be fighting Islam, supposedly. Charlie Olives, he's not booked, I don't think.
I mean, again, that would do, I suppose, but yeah. I mean, that would be a fun fight. You know what I mean? That would be a fun fight.
Yeah. So Charlie Olives fought at UC 300. That's enough time. He should be able to fight now. Let's see who else is there. Dustin Poirier, Holloway 2 for the BMF belt. That's not terrible, but doesn't. No, I take it back.
There's no way Poirier is ready. Though.
Dustin had a partial ACL tear, MCL tear.
Yeah, he's out. Right, broken rib or some shit. Like,
he's fucked. He's gonna be ready. Matthias Gamrot, fuck no.
No. And I think at this point down, you don't got enough name value.
No,
you can make some interesting fights. There's just not enough name value at this point.
Let's go up to featherweight then and see if whatever they can fight at whatever.
I mean, again, I guess if they could do the fucking fight with Illy, do the fight with Illy, Taporia. Like if they can do that, put both the belts on the line. And again, the problem is it still ain't fucking Conor. But I gotta say, and again, I don't.
Max is close, not close, not super close, but he's on his way.
Well, and it takes two to tango. Unless you're a Conor type character. And Max is a very big name, but it does matter who you put him in there with. But a fight with Illy at this point would be pretty big, man. For both belts. So, again, the BMF belt is still a little, but like, fuck it, we'll throw it on the line. And if you could have two belts on the line, it would be a little bit of sex in there.
With Max as the BMF belt holder, it's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Max versus Mike, all is forgiven. Mike will take a Max BMF fight for that belt. I don't think so because first of all, they're like, if we're going off of what Helwani's reporting, is they're pushing that fight like that. They're not breaking up McGregor and Chandler for whatever reason. So let's just work with that. Let's say that's going to happen, and we're not going to get a Mike Chandler at 303. Again, Max against anybody with the BMF vote to me sounds fun. You know what I mean? Sounds good. No refunds have to be given if they did Max Mike. I get that. I don't see that happening, but if they did, I mean, it's what it is. And the co-main event of Diego Lopez against Brian Ortega will be fucking fire. A lot of people aren't seeing that as a great fucking fight. I mean, not a lot of casuals aren't. It's a fucking great fight. Okay, don't get it twisted. But again, I want to be against like Charlie Olives coming back and fighting Max Holloway for the BMF belt main event. That'd be a bad fucking fight, dude. That'd be a badass fight. Yeah, dude. So we're in like unprecedented times, right? Yeah. We've never had a star this big, a fight that was announced fucking feels like 2-3 years ago, right? One of the most anticipated returns of all time, if not the most anticipated return, at least in MMA history. We've never had this happen before. So there's a lot of new, and it's funny because I don't know if you watched. I didn't watch any of it yet. I'm still fucking. I'm late to the party. I got so much shit going on. I don't have time to watch any TV. But they had that Roku series with the behind the scenes of the UFC.
Yeah.
And Dana goes, I love stress. I love this, man. I love the stress. I eat it for breakfast. Motherfucker, you full as fuck right now. You stressing like a motherfucker. Because, dude, they are tripping the fuck out. So, as it was announced earlier, and I think Otis put it in the chat too. Robert Whittaker versus Ikram Askarov for June 22nd. Hamzat's sick.
We haven't even got around to that yet. Like, yeah,
sick.
we've already. So I. Okay, what the fuck is going on with Hamza? Is it? I wonder. I would imagine, like a lot of folks, we think, is it the COVID thing? Is it the delirium? Because he seemed like he got really fucked up from the COVID thing, right? So, like, is it what? Like, how often is it that we hear a fucking fighter is out of a fight a week before the scheduled fight because they're quote unquote ill?
Right.
I can't think of the last time I've heard that happen. Maybe the day of, but not a week out because, I mean, again, because he's sick. He must be real fucked. And look at this shit.
He's fucked up,
what
dude.
the fuck is that? I don't even know what that's written in, but it literally looks like he's on his fucking deathbed there.
It's bad. Like, Dana came out and said he's deathly ill, like, or violently ill. So it's just like, what the fuck? So I have a weird feeling he has lupus. That'd be interesting. And sort of makes sense. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that dude. Like, he might end up in. Here's the other thing too, is I know he's supposed to fight with a UFC 270 or something like that. He's supposed to fight Nate, right? Am I right on that? I can't remember the number, but he's supposed to fight Nate Diaz, miss weight, whatever. He hasn't been back to the States since then. The rumor is he can't get into the States for whatever reason, and so between that, constantly being sick, constantly getting injured, like, Hamza is very quickly starting. His stock is plummeting, right? And we hope the best for his health. We're just talking about fights here, not him as a person, right? As far as him as a person, goddamn it, we hope he gets healthy and he's good to go for, you don't want someone to fucking get, sick and ill and, or worse, right? Because of it.
Right.
But as far as just his fighting career, just the fighting, his stock is definitely plummeting very quickly. Because, availability is the biggest factor when it comes to any sport, especially this one, right? So it's, I don't know, man. It's interesting to see what's going to happen with this dude.
Well, to your fucking point, the UFC couldn't have a better fucking couple of days, could they? Jesus Christ almighty. Conor falls out the last minute. Hamzat falls out even more fucking last minute than Conor. And all due fucking respect. So here's the fucking gag, right? The guy that they get to replace Hamzat. When I first seen his name, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little more than a filthy casual. I'm like, well, who the fuck is this now? I don't know who the fuck this is. I do a little read and I figure out this is the guy whose only loss came to Hamza in the lower leagues or whatever the fuck. Now, on one hand, that's a slightly interesting storyline to sell me on going into this fight. On the other, I don't give a fuck that this is the guy that Hamza beat once and that he ain't been beat. Man, I don't give a fuck if he goes on to beat Robert Whittaker. It don't fucking matter because going into the fight, it doesn't fucking matter who gets, like, this fucking kills this fight. And I tell you what, I understand why Robert Whittaker would take the fight because, I mean, what the fuck? You go out, you need to get that payday anyway. But shout out to him for taking the fight because, boy, you talk about a lose-lose. Why, if I'm Robert Whittaker, other than getting my payday, why the fuck would I take? I'm supposed to fight Hamzat Chimaev, the hype machine, the fucking guy in the sport. And then again, even littler than what the fuck we got with Conor, fucking 7 days notice, essentially 9-10 days notice. Hamzat's out, and I'm fighting some other fucking prick. Like, what the fuck?
Now, reading some of the comments on that post of, from the thing, everyone's bringing up the COVID thing. COVID did a real number on him since he never fully recovered. Dana's not going to come out and say that, but still.
That was the first thing I thought because he was talking about his career being over then and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fucking know. I don't know. That's not fucking good, though. Again, I can't think of the last time I heard about a fighter having to cancel a fight because they were ill more than fucking a week out from their fight. Again, it's like that's a little more than being fucking ill, man. Like, fuck, dude. If you're under the weather, fuck, 2 or 3 days, a little bit of sleep, some water, fucking NyQuil, you could be fucking as good as new. Even if you're sick as fuck, if it's just a little ill, fuck, that could pass. Like, it's one thing if you feel like that the morning of the fight or something, but why the fuck would they cancel it now? It feels like, again, maybe they just don't know specifically what's wrong, but he's a little ill or even severely ill. I just don't like to use the word fucking ill. Like, what is he, sick? What is he, 6? What do you mean he's fucking ill?
Right. I mean, he's clearly better, so we'll see what happens with him. But the thing was, like, even if let's say if it's like COVID or something like that, Dana's not going to say that, and they're not going to give you a real reason, obviously, privacy and all that. But one of my first thoughts, and somebody in the cage side chat mentioned it, is Hamza going to go down like a Zabit Nurmagomedov or Zabit Magomed Sharipov, whatever, fucking all the you know what I'm talking about, Zabit, right?
Zabit Magopod Sharip, whatever the fuck you said the second time.
Right. Magomed Sharipov, yeah. So Zabit, he didn't get. I don't think he had really awful weight cuts. That's about it. He wasn't like that, but he could Hamza be that one guy that's like the biggest, one of the biggest what ifs in like UFC history. Couldn't stay healthy, couldn't get into the States, whatever it is.
Listen, let's talk hypothetically. If he never fights again, yes, he was and is that guy from now on. If we never get a Hamzat fight again, he will always and forever be that guy that we have no idea how potentially good he could have ended up being. You know, so we'll see. We'll see if he can get in there. We don't know. If this prevents him from ever fighting again, fuck yeah. Even more than Zabit. Zabit had some hype and he was there, but fucking Hamzat was the dude. Like, we have no idea what this guy's potential was. You know what I mean?
Sad as fuck to think about too. I hate seeing guys like in girls' careers get cut like that. All right, we got about 10 minutes left. With Tyson and Paul being pushed to later this year, the rumor, I haven't seen anything official. I don't know if you have, Mike Perry and Jake Paul in July.
Yep, that's what I'm hearing. I just made a little TikTok video about that. Ironically,
I legit want to watch that shit now. I didn't want to watch it before. Now I kind of want to see what Mike Perry does.
Listen, I just made a little quick fucking TikTok video about this before we went live on here, and I was just saying, I think that this is a way better fight for fucking Jake Paul. I don't necessarily think it's a more winnable fight at all, but at least there's something on the line for Jake Paul now. You come out and stop Mike Perry, that means something. Even if you do put the real gloves on, and Mike Perry's more of a bare knuckle guy at this point in the game. It still means something to get a win over Mike Perry at this point in his fucking career, as opposed to Mike fucking Tyson. So, but I think Mike Perry's a lot more of a fight too. Again, man, I was never sold on this idea that Mike Tyson was going to bring a lot to the ring. I know he's Mike Tyson, but he's fucking 60. Sure, he's fast and hits hard when he's punching the bag, but at the end of the day, he's been out of real competition for a very, very, very long time, except for one fucking fight with Roy Jones Jr., who's his age. So, be all that as it may, I was never really too sold on the whole Tyson thing, which is still supposed to happen later this year. Be that all that as it may, Mike Perry's a real fucking fighter, and he's been doing nothing but boxing for a while. So, I actually think this is quite the interesting fight. I would say I lean towards Perry for real.
Me too.
But his success is coming bare knuckle. And one thing that Mike Perry has taught me about bare knuckle, it's quite different. And it is very much its own thing. So, I don't know how he'll do in boxing against Jake Paul, man. It's actually a pretty fucking fun fight, to be honest with you.
When I heard that about that fight possibly being a thing, I was like, man, Jake Paul might have just fucked up. Like, because Mike Perry's not that guy who's gonna like box with you. He wants to brawl with you. Like, he's not gonna make it easy. And Jake, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I've only watched 2 of Jake's fights. I don't think from watching him, he might have it. I just don't know. I don't think he has that boxing mentality like who am I even thinking, like a Usyk, for example, right? Like, if you try to brawl with Usyk, he's gonna move around and snipe you, right? I mean, I don't think Jake Paul has that. I think if you make Jake Paul brawl, I think he's gonna panic and he's gonna make it fucked up. And Mike Perry he's not gonna box him. He's gonna brawl him at some point.
So, but you're actually proving my point, though. And think about if Jake Paul can actually knock Mike Perry out, if he can finish Mike Perry and sleep him, that says something. And it's
Big
sort
time.
of in a weird way the perfect fight for Jake Paul, right? Because it's not an actual boxer, it's not a ranked guy in boxing, but it's a fight that if he wins, we all will collectively be like, okay, all right, that was all right. That was all right. Like, again, you box Mike Perry right now and you sleep him. I don't give a fuck if you got gloves on or not. It's kind of a big deal. This dude, Mike Perry, has outboxed Luke Rockhold, MVP, fucking Eddie Alvarez.
Mm.
Who the fuck did he outbox last time? Didn't he fucking just box somebody, didn't he? Who the fuck did he beat last time? The fucking bare knuckle joint.
He didn't
His
lose.
name. Nah, Mike Perry didn't lose. He fucking smashed homeboy.
Oh, Mike Perry.
Yeah.
Mike. I thought you said every
Fight
Alvarez.
last.
Let me find out. I got his record right here.
I know he's got. That's what I'm saying. He's got
Thiago Alves.
Thiago Alves, right? So I mean, Mike Perry is smashing some fucking guys, Jack. Like, it's a big deal. I feel like to outbox Mike Perry at this point, and if you can actually put Mike Perry to sleep, that says something. That says a little something.
Yeah, no, it's a big fight for both guys for different reasons, but definitely Jake Paul sleeps Mike Perry, he might get a little bit of respect from people. All right, anything else you want to touch on? Just check headlines. Nothing really has changed since we started this show. So, anything else you want to touch on?
Have you seen? Did you hear about speaking of fucking the Paul dicks? Did you see this fucking? Have you heard of this shit where Logan Paul, his brother, fought that fucking the weightlifting Bradley Martin dick?
Oh, the guy that goes, "I'm 260. What you gonna do? I'm 260."
Supposedly, him and Logan Paul ran a street fight with no fucking cameras, and supposedly, fucking Logan Paul ended up tapping his big ass out. Apparently.
Well, I will say this: if you're telling me two fucking influencers did something without a camera on, there you go. Bullshit. Apparently, that shit didn't happen. They did push-ups and sit-ups and fucking air squats to get all sweaty. And then they were like, yeah, all respect, bro. All respect. No cameras. You're telling me two fucking influencers didn't have cameras on? You're out of your fucking mind. Eat a dick with that shit. That means nothing to me. Okay? I will never, not for 1 second, believe if you tell me so-and-so influencer had no camera. Bitch, what? It did not happen. That did never happen. Zero respect for Jake for what's his fucking face? Which one is it? Jake or Logan? Logan and the 260 fuck face that could get tapped by Mighty Mouse. Okay, fuck all that. I don't believe it for 1 second. Eat a dick. I will never believe it unless you show me legitimate proof in video, which I guarantee there is. All right, you're not an influencer. Come on, dude. You know what I mean?
Come on. I agree. I think that supposedly it wasn't filmed, but I think it was filmed, and they're just. I mean, if it actually happened, I think it was filmed, and they're probably definitely going to drop it at some point.
They're going to wait till everyone comes out and says bullshit like I am, because smart people will say it's bullshit. All right, everyone else will be like, "Oh my god, I love you, Logan Paul did it. All respect, bro. Send me some prime, some bullshit like that." And I don't give a fuck. Like, no, hell no. All right, I don't believe that for 1 fucking second. And it made me laugh because I saw the clip you're talking about, and the little crony guy that's on the fucking podcast with Logan, he was just like in the middle, like, "Yeah, guys, all respect." Like, shut the fuck up.
That was the only thing that was a little. I mean, even if they did actually do it, this idea that sort of, I don't know, if you just run the fade like a man. Like, I see that Brendan Schaub was saying something. He was like, "Oh, it's just really gangster, man. It's really gangster." And it's like, is it though? Is it gangster? I mean, it's like, you ain't a bitch. I'll give you that. Anybody who will step up and fight when they run their mouth, you ain't a bitch. But like, you ain't a gangster either, bro. You're just a normal man. Like that, you did what any man should do and step up if they're challenged, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you expect somebody to not kill you or stab you with a knife, but like, just for fucking stepping up and accepting a fair fight with another man, you're not fucking gangster, bro. You're just a normal dude. Like, kudos to you for not being a sissy, but what the fuck?
Here's the thing about it, because it's horseshit. Okay, it's horseshit. But why the fuck do you post a video right after you did it talking about like, yeah, man, all respect? If it was all respect, you have real beef, right? You fight the motherfucker. You don't tell fucking nobody. You just don't tell anybody. You just keep your shit to yourself. But you gotta make your fucking little video, but all respect, bro. Shut up. Oh yeah, look, Rickson Gracie. Jesus Christ, I can't talk today. I'm sick as fuck right now, so my brain's not working. But Hickson Gracie, way back in the day, had a fight with a Japanese pro wrestler who was talking mad shit. All right. He said no fucking cameras. They went in. Now, who knows? Back in those days in Brazil, man, you know, nowadays everyone's like jiu-jitsu and honor and all this shit. Back then it was like gym storming and all kinds of crazy shit, right? So who knows what happened, right? But they fought, closed doors. Apparently there's video out there, but it was never released. Hickson allegedly supposedly has it, or someone has it. But there was no other cameras and no media, and they fought, and all that happens, the doors got open, and the pro wrestlers on the ground fucked up, right? And Hickson's just like, yeah, that was that. And he walks off. No fucking like, yeah, guys, you know, we fought with no cameras, all respect, obrigado, none of that bullshit. Like, nah, come on, man. Come on. Like, and honestly, like, when people show you who they are, you believe them. And Logan Paul has shown time and time again, he's a fucking crook and a liar. That's it. That's all he is, right? And if all the little kids want to buy that bullshit and go with it, hey, man, all power to you, man. Hope your parents are paying attention. But at the same time, it's like, you know what I mean? It's just everybody puts up this fake ass facade about their lives, right? And he's one of those guys. So most influencers are, let's be honest. That's why they're influencers, even though they shouldn't be influencing a goddamn thing. So it's all horseshit, man. All right, real quick, couple comments before we got to go. What the shit? I woke up and Shemaya pulled out and Conor delayed. I should have stayed in bed. Yeah, Conor, McGregor-Chandler delayed. They're talking August, September now. I'm assuming it's later, but who knows? And Chimaev is very, very ill. So that fight was called off, and Ikram Aliskerov got that fight against Robert Whittaker. Honestly, still a pretty good fight, worth watching. Am I the only one who had never heard throw a fade before? The only gangster fighter is Charlie Zelenoff. Is that guy even around? Like, I remember seeing Deontay Wilder beat the fuck out of him.
I think Deontay Wilder took care of old Charlie a while back. What a cunt
Charlie beat Logan and Brad at the same time.
Oh, you might be right about that as far as it goes.
Who knows? I appreciate you, bro. Hopefully you can beat this whatever the fuck I have here before Father's Day, because I would hate to be like, you know, all fucked up on Sunday. All right, guys. That's gonna do it.
Yeah, that's it.
You got to go, bro.
Yep.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. We jumped on this thing kind of last second. We want to talk about the McGregor thing and everything else. And if anything else breaks, I'm sure we'll come up with something. But make sure you follow us at EL32 on Twitter, at GenTookJesus on Twitter, obviously. And then what's your handle on fucking TikTok since you're putting out TikTok stuff?
Fuck, I don't know. Gym City Jesus, maybe. What is my fucking handle on TikTok? I don't know.
Jesus, bro. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah,
Gym City Jesus.
All right, Gym Jesus on TikTok. K-Chat Press on everything. Fucking Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all that sort of stuff. Appreciate the you guys. You guys have a good night. Enjoy the rest of PFL tonight. UFC Vegas 93 on Saturday. There's a lot of MMA this weekend, actually. There's a lot going on. CFFC in Philly, I think it is, or Denver, I'm not sure, and all kinds of shit. So for all your coverage, KChatPress.com, all right? You guys have a wonderful night. We love you guys. Good night, and good night, Wilshire.